This is Lionel Messi, arguably the greatest player in the history of the sport. He won 8 Ballon d'Ors, 4 Champions Leagues, and has scored 919 goals and counting. But I think his career could have been even better. And that's if he'd had me in charge of it. Today, Lionel Messi is 15 years old again, and we're going to go through his career from the very start until the very end. But this little genius now has me in charge of every move that he makes. And because I'm so confident in my agent abilities, I've set myself 4 targets for Messi's career today. Number 1, we must score more goals than he has in real life, and I'm going to aim for the big number, 1,000 career goals. I also want to beat the number of Champions Leagues he won in real life, so we're going for 5 of them this time. And I also want to beat his number of Ballon d'Ors. He only won 8 of them, so that should be relatively straightforward. And the final target is to see if we can match what he did in real life and win him a World Cup with Argentina. And listen, let's throw some jeopardy into it as well. If I fail on any of these targets, I have to make a video just like this one, but with Cristiano Ronaldo. See, Ronaldo fans, back away, it's okay. Just because I'm doing a Messi video, if I fail on any of them, we'll do that Ronaldo video too. So those are the rules, let's jump into it. Messi's 15 years old, he's currently a free agent. Let's go and find him his very first team. So the interested teams at the beginning of Messi's career were Chelsea, PSG and Manchester City. Out of these teams, I've decided to move Messi to PSG to begin. Out of the 3, this felt like the safest bet to try and establish himself in his career, to try and score some goals early, get himself into a team, and hopefully a team that's going to be dominant in their division, maybe rack up some league titles. And I think it would have been a little bit early to expose a young Lionel Messi to the Premier League at the age of 16 or 17. And so he signed for PSG, and over the next 3 seasons, I think it proved to be a pretty good decision. Checking back in now at the age of 17 at the end of our 3rd season, Messi has established himself in the first team and made 37 starts in all competitions this year. He has just scored 22 goals and got 30 assists in all comps. He has turned in to a fantastic footballer already. But it did take a while for him to get to this point. In his first couple of seasons, he was playing in the PSG second team, where he had a great season and scored 27 goals before breaking through and making his first team debut in 26-27 before this most recent season now, where he's broken in and, well, yeah, he's very much a starter now. In this time, he's also made his first appearance for Argentina, playing against Burkina Faso at the age of 16. And he's won himself a couple of titles in France as well. So at this stage now, he's well and truly established. He's ready to hopefully kick on and go and become the Lionel Messi that we know he can become. Obviously, at this stage, no Ballon d'Ors, no Champions Leagues yet. And obviously, he hasn't won the World Cup either. So he's a long way to go in terms of our targets. But let's go another 3 or 4 seasons and see if, now he's first team ready, let's go and see what he can achieve. Today's video is sponsored by Xsolla, and in particular, the Stevenage Bundle. What's that, I hear you ask? Well, Xsolla have recently partnered with Stevenage FC, and to celebrate the start of the brand new season, they are bringing you a bundle of 5 games worth over $128 in Steam value, available for you guys though for just $9.99. That's right, in this gaming bundle, you can get 5 games: World of Football, Beat the Champions, Golf with Your Friends, Barton Lynch Pro Surfing, and Rival Stars Horse Racing, all included for just $9.99. This bundle though, this deal is only available between the 7th and the 14th of August though. 1 week, then it's gone, so you've got to be super quick. Also, with this partnership with Stevenage and included in the bundle is 10% off the club store if you use the code XSOLA at checkout. A really fun little bargain for you guys if you want to go and expand your Steam library and pick up some fun new games for a much discounted price. There's a link in the description of today's video, or you can scan the QR code that is on the screen right now. Now though, let's get back to this Lionel Messi career. And well, over the next 4 seasons, the Lionel Messi that we've come to know and love really very much came to the table here. Now at 22 years old, this is his profile. He's now a regular in the Argentina team, 42 caps and 18 goals on the international stage. But perhaps most importantly, he is now a complete regular in the PSG team, and he's starting to rack up the goals. In his second first team season, if you like, at PSG, he scored 27 in all competitions, and this was enough to see him finish second second in the Ballon d'Or, behind his teammate Martin Ødegaard, which is a little bit of a strange one. Young Messi at this stage, though, was not to be perturbed, and the season afterwards, he racked up 32 goals in all comps. And an average rating here of 8.03 saw him named Ballon d'Or winner for the very first time. 5 seasons into his career, and he's officially the best player in the world. And while he went and did it again the next season after that too, he scored 27 in all comps with an 8.31 average rating and was named Ballon d'Or winner again. In this time, he also won his very first European Cup, winning the Champions League with PSG, beating Barcelona in the final. And guess what? The year after that, he did it all over again. Champions League winner again, this time beating Brighton, curiously, in the Champions League final in 2031-32. And so now, at the age of 22, he's made his first bits of progress towards our targets for today's video. He's got 2 Champions Leagues out of the 4 that we need to win, and 2 Ballon d'Ors towards our total of 8. Now, in terms of total goals, he's scored 180, so he does have a long way to go until we hit that 1,000 mark. But now at 22, as the best player in the world, confirmed, I'm hoping that these goal scoring numbers can start to ramp up. And maybe, hopefully, Argentina can improve too, because as I said, one of our targets is to win the World Cup. And, well, Argentina lost to the USA in the most recent World Cup in 2030. That might actually be the target that trips me up in this video. There's not that many World Cups because they only happen every 4 years, and if Argentina don't become very good, even if Messi is unbelievable, we could have a slight problem there. Saying that, I am also a little bit concerned about the goals as well. Messi's goals IRL are just absolutely insane, aren't they? There was that one season where he just scored an ungodly number of goals, and is that even possible to do in Football Manager? I guess that's what we're aiming for. Now, though, I think I'm going to make a pretty big decision. Yes, he's kind of winning it all here at PSG, but I think if we're going to match Lionel Messi's actual career, we need to make some brave and big moves. And so, with that in mind, as Lionel Messi's agent, I'm going to ask him to make a big move this summer, and I'm going to move him to Barcelona for £300 million. I had a look at what the top transfer fees for some of the players were, and Erling Haaland moved last season to PSG for £227 million, and at the age of 31, I think that makes Lionel Messi for £300 million about right. And so it means with this brave move, we now have an attack at Barcelona of Lionel Messi, Lamine Yamal, and Kylian Mbappe, who also moved to Barcelona on a free transfer from City. He went to City, by the way, for £272 million, which again, I think confirms that about 300 million plus for Messi is weirdly reasonable. I'm hoping, though, that this Barcelona team with that ridiculous attack is going to be good enough now to go and win things like the Champions League and platform Messi to go and win even more Ballon d'Ors. So let's go and see if he can do it. This is coming into the prime of his career now. Let's go 5 more seasons along the journey here at Barcelona and see what prime Messi can achieve back at his natural home of Barcelona. Over the next 5 seasons, prime Messi at Barcelona would indeed appear. However, his first season at Barcelona didn't actually go all to plan. He scored a respectable 24 goals, but did miss out on the Ballon d'Or to Erling Haaland, who of course had moved to Messi's old team, PSG. Messi also lost out on the La Liga title to Real Madrid and got knocked out of the Champions League by his old team, PSG. But in true Messi style, he would of course bounce back. In his 9th season, Messi would score a hat-trick in the Champions League final to secure his 3rd European Cup, as well as in this season winning La Liga for the first time. And even though Kylian Mbappe would win the Ballon d'Or for the 2032-33 season, Barcelona would win La Liga for the next 3 seasons, whilst also adding another Champions League by beating El Clasico rivals Real Madrid 5-0 in the final. And Messi, on a personal level, would win 3 consecutive Ballon d'Ors between the years of 2035 and 2037. In fact, in his most recent season, Messi had managed to bag 51 goals in 57 starts all competitions, and those goal-scoring numbers had definitely begun to ramp up a little bit with this move to La Liga. 51 goals this season, 38 the year before, and 49 in the year before that. These are a little bit closer to real-life Messi numbers, and the type of numbers that we're going to need to see him keep going with if we're going to get anywhere near near this 1,000 goal target that we've set. In fact, to check in with those targets, now at the age of 28, Messi's on 461 goals, not even quite halfway to that 1,000 goal target, but he has won 5 of the 8 Ballon d'Ors that he needs to win and has actually ticked off the Champions League target at this stage. He's now won 4 of them, 2 at PSG, 2 at Barcelona, matching the amount that he managed to win in real life. But the one that I'm most worried about, that we talked about before, the World Cup target, well, Argentina weren't able to win the World Cup in 2038, where they lost to Turkey in the semi-final. And it was an even worse showing in 2034 in the World Cup before that, where Argentina were knocked out by Czechia in the second round, 6-2. Again, I'll reiterate, this is the target that I'm most worried about. And perhaps it makes that 2022 World Cup win that Messi got in real life even more impressive. Now though, with Messi at 28 and well and truly in his prime, maybe even, I suppose, coming towards the end of his prime, do we need to think about that a little bit at this stage? I think for now though, we're going to leave him here at Barcelona, at his spiritual home, if you like, before maybe moving him on later in his career. I've been thinking about maybe what moves we could make. I'm just worried that they might be a bit risky. If they don't go right now and we move him, he's not going to reach those Ballon d'Ors. It will only take 1 or 2 other players overtaking him in those regards, where he doesn't quite get the ratings or his reputation takes a hit, and we won't get to those 8 Ballon d'Ors. And as we've seen in the past couple of seasons, he's now hitting ridiculously big goal scoring numbers. Another couple of seasons where he's hitting 50 plus club goals plus international goals, and maybe just maybe we can get towards that 1,000 goal target. With all of this in mind though, Messi's going to stay at Barcelona for the next 2, 3, 4 seasons, and then we'll reevaluate when he's into his 30s. And I did in fact keep Messi at Barcelona for the next 3 seasons. After all, he was at the very top of the game, both personally and at club level, winning those Champions Leagues. And so it made sense to keep him here for the previous 3 seasons. And I think it's safe to say that we made the right decision there. Barcelona would go on to win the next 3 consecutive Champions Leagues, and Messi himself would win the next 3 Ballon d'Ors. In fact, that's made it 6 Ballon d'Ors on the bounce and takes him to 8 total, equaling his IRL record. And the goal scoring numbers here at Barcelona did continue. He got 48 in 38-39, 48 the year after, and 42 in this most recent season. Add to these numbers the 87 goals now that he's got for Argentina in 124 caps. And at the age of 31, Lionel Messi is now on 624 goals total. We've smashed the Champions League target, where he's now won 7, and that most recent Ballon d'Or, taking him to 8, has leveled what he managed to achieve in real life. I would quite like it if he would win 1 more so that we could say we've beaten his in real life total, but at the very least we've equaled it now. So we're looking pretty good on our targets, except of course for that World Cup win. It's 2041 at this stage, so we've not yet played another World Cup, but I reckon there's probably only 2 World Cups left in Messi's career at this stage. I'm feeling pretty worried about that target. But now the reason that we're back at the end of this season is that I'm going to go and do something a little bit contentious. So far, we've had Messi move to 2 of the clubs that he actually played for in real life, PSG and then Barcelona, albeit the wrong way round, of course. But I promised to make Lionel Messi's career better overall, not just sort of do it all over again. And so with that in mind, what's something that Lionel Messi never did win in his career? Well, he never did win the Premier League. And so at the age of 31, and this may well be quite a risk, I've made the decision to move Lionel Messi to Manchester City for £190 million. This could go brilliantly or could go terribly. If we can go and add a Premier League to his CV, I feel like that would be something that is genuinely an improvement on one of the best careers in the history of football, if not the best career in the history of football. Did he ever prove that he could do it on a wet and cold night in Stoke? I suppose we probably still won't prove that, because I don't think Stoke are in the Premier League. But can we get Lionel Messi to win a Premier League title? I think that would actually add something. And also, City have won the previous 3 Premier League titles, so they are de facto the best team in England at this stage, which should also still mean he can score a load of goals, should be in contention for Champions Leagues, and perhaps most importantly, go and get that 1 extra Ballon d'Or that we need to beat Messi's real life record. Can he become a Premier League champion though? Can he do something he didn't do in his real life career? Let's go and find out. And well, the answer was yes, very, very much so. In fact, over the next 3 seasons here at Manchester City, Lionel Messi has won the Premier League not once, not twice, but another 3 times. Newcastle runners-up in every single one of those seasons. Ipswich came 3rd in one of those seasons too. Lionel Messi, though, is a Premier League champion and has achieved something that he never did in real life. At the age of 33, though, his attributes don't look like they're slowing down all that much. He's still got 17 pace, 18 acceleration, and outrageous technicals, as you'd expect. And his goal-scoring record and his performances on the pitch have been brilliant here in the Premier League, which gives me a bit of faith to hope that he can go and continue this for at least a few more years to try and get towards this goal total that we're aiming for. And over the course of these 3 years in England, Messi did also add another 3 Ballon d'Ors, one for his final season with Barcelona and the next 2 whilst a Manchester City player. That takes his total of Ballon d'Ors to 11. And so we did manage to exceed his real life record of 8. And he also managed to win a couple more Champions League trophies with Manchester City. If you look at the history of the winners of the Champions League, it's quite remarkable that so many of these years are due to Messi playing for the club. City 2 times in a row, having not won it since 2029, coinciding with them signing Lionel Messi. I guess he's just the GOAT. These 2 extra Champions League means that he's now won 9 of them. But I think the most important thing about this Man City spell is that he's actually exceeded real life Messi by doing something that Messi never did. He's a Premier League champion, and we all know that the best league in the world is, of course, the Premier League. And if you're right now typing out an angry comment because I've been disrespectful about your league and I only care about the Premier League because I'm English and arrogant, then that's exactly what I wanted you to do. And I've baited you into an engagement comment, so there you go. Feel free to post that comment, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Also, I should say, please subscribe to the channel. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Let's check in with the stats now, though. We know that we've beaten the Ballon d'Or target. We've now got 11 of those for Messi. We've got more than enough Champions Leagues with 9 of them. But are we a little bit worried about the goals? I've tallied up all of the goals, including international ones, and Messi's now on 740. It means he needs another 260 to hit our target of 1,000, and he is 33 years old at this stage. I'm a bit worried that he might just randomly retire and we fail because of that. So I think I might do something quite rash here and try and make sure we can hit this goal target. Oh, and by the way, you're probably wondering, did Argentina win the World Cup? Obviously not. No, they lost to Egypt in the 2042 World Cup. They are rubbish. I'm basically going to say that target is a write-off at this stage, and yeah, I'll probably have to make a video like this one about Cristiano Ronaldo. Fine. Now though, let's finish off Messi's career. His contract at City is actually about to expire. And with that in mind, and with the goal tally target in mind, I've got one final move for Messi. One final move that will well and truly allow him to stat pad those goals. And well, that's right. For the remaining years of Lionel Messi's career, I moved him to Saudi Arabia. It felt like the best way to try and make sure that Messi went out on a high with as many goals as possible. And I promise you, as his agent, it was nothing to do with the £1.6 million per week that he was earning and the bonus that got me. But no, on the pitch, the move to Saudi, well, it did pay off in the end. Just have a look at the goals totals that Messi achieved in his 7 seasons here in Saudi. I think it also did very much allow him to continue his career past the point that he wouldn't really have been able to play at the top level, I don't think. If you look at his profile now, he's still really good, but those physicals have definitely fallen off. And he is 40 years old at this stage. But look at the goals totals. In his first year, he got 42, then it was 38, then 45, then it was 53 before 56, which was his best ever goals return for a season, and the most in the league actually at 35, I do believe. 34, and then most recently with 29. Overall, I know that you're wondering about the maths. It means that at the end of his career, as Messi is about to retire, he has scored a grand total of 1,070 goals. We did manage to hit our goals tally. He got 131 in 203 for Argentina, as well as all of those club goals that I've shown you. It's 586 league goals, but obviously we count cup goals in this as well. And so that means in terms of our targets, we did achieve the goal target, and he even managed to add 1 Ballon d'Or for that final season at City before moving to Saudi, meaning he finished his career with 12 Ballon d'Ors, as well as 9 Champions Leagues, plus 3 Asian Champions Leagues, which is another thing that Messi didn't ever win in his real life career, I suppose. But actually, did he ever win a World Cup in this quite crazy and brilliant career that we managed to give him? Well, no. So I guess actually, when it really comes down to it, I guess I failed. leave a like on the video. I'll see you for the Ronaldo one.
I said, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. No, I can't sleep into